Hey everybody, Thor here. I have two pickles, I have two pickles, I have two pickles, hey, hey, hey. Let's follow along in this phone conversation that I have with a fellow by the name of I don't remember his name. But he's some kind of something, a preacher, a bishop, a pastor, or something like that, in a church that offered a job to VenomFangX. Guess what? He refused. Now if you pay attention, you'll hear all about what that whiny, sniveling, defrauding little shit did.
So I first met him on the YouTube, and we had conversations back and forth, and he had his ups and downs in his first round of doing videos and stuff, hated by the atheist community and everything else. And then he started to straighten out. He started to just preach the Word of God in correct fashion, and was leaving, whether atheism is or isn't the right way to go or anything, and was just sticking to preaching the Word of God, like I and other people have been telling him to do, just, win the people who want to be won. And he did this for a while. So then he got involved in the donation business there, and it seemed pretty straightforward at the time. But he was doing great things, making nice videos there, and congregations of my church was impressed. And since he was in college, he's learning what he's supposed to be doing there, and so we thought anyway. Bishop there offered him a job as an evangelist, The Grandmaster told me a little bit about that. He sent you an email, so he declined. I was flabbergasted there. I mean, our church organization is strong. We get all churches here in Europe and in the U.S. The Grandmaster was in charge of both sides of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that he was getting more money on his donations, what he was offering, and he didn't want annexed to the authority of a church. He wanted to be on his own as well. He had in his head that mission work or ministry work was unaccountable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bill Deshaun realized that, if you're going to enter into ministry, you got to establish yourself as a nonprofit organization and apply to the government agencies and get a nonprofit organization license. He failed to do this. And so the officials in Canada are quite upset with him. So he had none of that. So he had, because before you're approved to that for that, and if you're going to continue to function, the government treats you as a regular business, and you got to pay full business taxes quarterly, like they do in the U.S. You get to pay that kind of taxes there, and he wasn't paying no taxes. He didn't establish himself for a business license.
Mm-hmm.
So he got all tangled in the PayPal and everybody else. Like you did a great job of just checking him out and finding all these different flaws in his ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And then put the icing on the cake there. I traveled down to his little university there, and I just seen that he was just, the people that he was sitting up to those interviews, preaching, because I talked with one of them, two of them afterwards there, and asked him, now that you got saved, what are you going to do now? He says, well, I've been saved for 10 years.
Really? So,
yeah.
Let me just get this straight. He was offered a job doing ministry, preaching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he turned that down in favor of what he's got going with the donations, which were supposed to go to the sick kids hospital.
Right.
So, but he did talk to some people who he claimed were atheists who were actually, they later said, have been saved for 10 years. They were actually Christians?
Yep. They were actually Christians. All these people that were on there, they said, and we asked them those questions, they said, what do you think about this? And they just played like actors, played dummied up and say, well, I don't know, a Bible, who's Jesus? That. He protected himself so he would not really get out there in the line of fire and have anybody who knew something more about the Bible or a strong atheist who wanted to question everything and get it on videotape that he would lose it.
Mm-hmm.
So he set the stage, with positive, with videos and so forth. He set the stage.
Let me just make sure that I've got all this correctly here. Sean was offered a job preaching, and he turned it down and said that he would prefer to continue making money off of donations which were supposed to go to the Sick Kids Hospital. And then you confirmed that at least 2 of the people he was speaking with in his videos, having talked to them later, you confirmed that they had been saved and were Christians for at least 10 years.
Correct.
Okay.
And the job that we offered him was called an evangelist. Like you're familiar with Billy Graham as being an evangelist.
Mm-hmm.
We offered him that job working as an evangelist on our circuit there. We was going to pay him some money and let him continue his school. Then when he got finished with schooling, then he would get a full-time job and travel the evangelism circuit with our other evangelists. And we do pretty good. I mean, it's a good place for a minister to start. And then we discovered his academics weren't there. They wouldn't tell us exactly what he was taking, but he assured us it had nothing to do with the Christian faith.
Mm-hmm. And can I just confirm one more time, now that I am recording, that it's okay to record this call?
Yes, it's okay.
Thank you. I thank you very much for taking my call and taking the time to talk with me, and I wish you luck with your ministry.
Well, thank you, and I'm glad that you jumped in there and helped us clean up the Christian, and hopefully you have some confidence in some aspect of Christianity. Yeah.
You bet. I'm glad to be of service. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And so, not on the word of an atheist, but on the word of a reverend or minister or priest or whatever it was he said he was, I forget, we can now know that PCS has been offered a job and turned that job down because, as he said, and as he said, Sean said, because he was making more money with his YouTube thing, even though that money was supposed to go to the Sick Kids Hospital. And we also know that in his videos, which are now deleted from YouTube, at least on his account, many of the people that he was talking to at the college that he goes to were not atheists, as he had them claim, but were in fact already Christians. He converted Christians for your benefit. And yes, he is gone, mostly, for now. But he'll be back. He always comes back. Hold it. I'm cutting in here because I wanted to mention before my outro another video on another channel, which I think is called Lord Hathor, aka VenomFangX, where it very boringly plays the audio from one of my videos and then plays the entire audio from one of PCS's videos and says, "They sound kind of similar, I think they are the same, don't you?" with no punctuation. And of course this is not true. Check my previous videos, my face is actually in one of them. It actually is one of them. The entire video is my eyeball. So have a look at it and see I'm not PCS, that is all. And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. This is Thor, converting souls for Satan so you don't have to. Oh shit, how do I delete that?